Hello, Ankon, क्या उसका?
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. What about you?
I'm also fine, and I'm doing very
Yeah,
well.
you are
But I'm
looking
not.
so cool with tons of books in your back and having a Math Olympiad t-shirt.
It's
How cool is
a
that?
posh
You are so
background and
cool, dude.
posh scenario. By the way, I'm very much. Some anxious about my upcoming result of SSC examination. So I'm a bit nervous, but I'm not that kind of serious because I don't really think about exams result actually. So like others, I'm not that much tensed, but a bit
Okay, fine,
anxious.
fine. Like, so you want to just say, oh, I'm a cool dude. So I am more about like how those, what I say, uh, cool people says, oh, the result doesn't make what you do, what effort makes sense, right?
it it doesn't give me any happiness, and it actually hurt some. What can I say? It doesn't help my mental health. So I prepared myself for every situation, and I want to accept every situation of my life. And I think that being less serious about these results uh, can improve myself. And how about you?
Like, uh, how it does make sense. Like, if you are not uh, concerned about your result, and how there's a possibility that you could make betterment
It's
in the
not.
future.
I'm not concerned about that. When if I do a bad result, obviously I want to figure out that particular problems about myself. But if I concern about, or if I am become serious about this result, it doesn't help me, right? Because I don't know what I did about 2 months ago, and so it only gives me some uncertainty and some
Yeah, yeah,
mental.
that's the like differentiation that you find out. Like, people probably give an exam like on their way how they like it, but
They're telling his friend, oh man, I don't know, maybe I will fail, I cannot go to MC college because maybe I don't get a golden A plus. This kind of things, I think it's silly. And we actually didn't focus we don't focus on the result, on the mistakes rather than what I did about 2 months ago. So
yeah, it's kind of true. But just understand the fact that like your system is a stupid and it's also silly. So like it's like not their fault to be worried about not getting in a good college, because the system is what it is, right? And you can't deny. Like, what's your like things, thoughts on that?
yeah, talking about this result, I remembered childhood memories. Like when I was in cantonment, I think their discipline is too much. They're too much strict about everything. So when I come back home with a bad result, I think so. My mom punished sometimes because making less marks and this kind of stuff. So in that case, I think that result is sometimes uh, a very much tough thing or very much hard thing for us, which only gives us some anxiousness and nothing else already. So this is not who we cannot learn anything. If you learn anything, you have to be basically free. You have to be free about this, right? So
Yeah,
what your
like
memories
yeah,
about these results? Do you have any interesting memory to share with us?
yeah, that's kind of funny. Like, I can share like when I was mostly like class 2 or 3, right? I just back then I was the first one in the class, right? And like in the kindergarten. So there was like 3 exam in a year, and in the first exam of the year, I stood second, and I can remember that the till today it was just a hell to my life, right? And that was like what I can say, it's just a bullshit day, right? In the second exam of the year, I stood third, but luckily I managed to like not like say the result to my parents. So I just got a relief, but in the third I just did better. So that's fine. So like the fundamental problem of our subcontinent that we don't appreciate losing, right? We always appreciate the success, always appreciate good marks, but we don't appreciate like how to fail. Like, it's also an art how to fail and how to learn from it. If I am just making like A plus or like doing good results over and over, suddenly in the life when I will be failed for some not probably my reason, or probably I have done something bad, that's why I failed. So then the mental trauma you will get it's just unbelievable, right? So I can see like some of my seniors, I have seen them that they are just like in depression. Probably they thought that, oh, my past life was just a hell and I did nothing. It just like people said, oh, you are good, but not like good, not but like making good, it doesn't make you good, right? So that's the fundamental problem of our entire subcontinent. I think that's what the big problem is, and most importantly, like it's also a concern about like how our parents, family think, because they have saw the poverty and they have seen in their villages probably, oh, someone else son has got a good mark in the exam and then got a BCS job or whatnot, right? So that's the problem in the still 2022 scenario, but they don't understand that, oh, this is not the case. People are failing and getting good jobs and probably in like top ranking job sector, right? So that's the like differentiation of generation, but I hope in the upcoming some years we will recover it too. So yeah, so okay. Okay, so before we move something else, let's have a short introduction of you. That would be nice.
Okay. I think I'm okay. So I'm Onkon, and I live in Sylhet, and I'm actually SSC examine. Not purely SSC examine. I already did that, and my results are coming after 2 days, I think. And I'm going to be a college student after some days, and I'm really
yeah. You are exactly a college student right now, or probably you have done your half-yearly examination.
Exciting and much nervous about this becoming college student, because in our Bangladesh, the college education is a bit much tough for us to overcome the situation. There are some pretty difficult things, like you have to give college exams. You have to think about what college you are going to, and then like if you want to go to NDC or a reputed college in Dhaka, you have to study for 2 or 3 months, and this a very much tough work. So apart from this, my characteristics, I think I like to play games, video games, or every games. I love sports very much, and yes, we are talking in a situation where World Cup is running, and I'm watching World Cup matches every day. So yeah, I love sports and playing games, and I love reading books. But sometimes I lost the motivation to read books. So I don't know. It didn't happen earlier, past years or something, but nowadays it's kind of difficult for me to read books regularly. Maybe the problem is distraction. So because some distraction like mobile phone, social media, this kind of distraction are affecting me, and I'm trying to move up on them. So yeah, I'm working on them, and that's the thing. And lastly, I want to say my dream. About my dream. Yes, my dream is, I have no particular dream, but but I like engineering and mathematics and this kind of stuff. It is brainstorming actually, and I want to do something creative, something unique, which can by which I can earn money, and I can show my creativity to others. That that will ensure that I will be remembered after my death. So that's my actually uh, thought process actually. So that's all from me.
Yeah, cool.
And
Yeah, cool. If you can just bring your microphone a bit closer so that I can hear a bit clearly, right?
okay.
Yeah, cool. So I am Anas, nothing else, just Anas. Okay. And nothing as Ankon. I am a student waiting for, I guess I am SSC third year, like nearly to the last semester. Yes. A result is publishing out very soon. And yeah, that's all. And talking about like reading books and all these things, like uh, what is the time you read in 24 hours? What is the time? That's an interesting question.
Okay, so it is a specific time. I think that's also a problem because I have no such a routine, or I have no, uh, I have not oblique to read books, and that's a problem. I think so. Maybe I read books in nights, maybe before sleep, and often it's not regular. So, what about you?
Yeah, yeah. I think like back then before SSC, I used to read book in like various times, like probably in the morning without reading academics, right? And anytime, probably reading in the night even, right, without reading book. And I have like passed a lot of days before my SSC not reading the academic in the whole day, right? So that's funny thing. But after SSC, I have like firstly I've started to sleep in time, like before 1 a.m. But suddenly sleep cycle breaks down and I started reading book because I found that reading book before going to sleep is helpful to the sleep, but it turns out to be very what I say, very disastrous decisions, right? Now I cannot sleep before 3. So that's a problematic thing, but still I enjoy reading book at night. There's no distractions, no phones, nothing else, just me and my book. That's important. But the day from the Sri Mongol tour, I also cannot do that because like matches in the 1 a.m. and all of the stuffs probably I'm tired of, because I cannot do this. So it's like reading books daily is a very good decision, like whatever time you suits for.
So,
One question that I want to do, like, okay, there is one fantasy I saw on the Facebook that like senior people's like doing masters, right? They're having the post like, oh, once upon a time I used to read book whole day, right? Probably I have completed one book of containing probably 500 pages in a one day, right? In 5 hours. Like how do you see about that? Like what's your thought on that?
sorry, I didn't get the. What's your point? Question?
The question is like people saying, oh, once upon a time I used to read book, like a book that contains 500 pages. I used to complete that in a day or some hours, right? What's your thought about that? But nowadays
Oh,
I can,
really?
and they again say nowadays I cannot like probably read any of them, or I
Okay.
rarely read books. So what's your thought on those personal?
But I think it's an interesting memory I have with this particular topic. Uh, Talking about this reading out books in different in examination. I actually read books, a science fictional book by Jeffrey Iqbal sir, in before my examination night, and I completely forgot my exam, and I read entirely about 100 pages. And when my mom found out that I'm not preparing for my exam, she just screamed at me, and even he beat me because of this. So it's a cool memory, I think. Cool memory, I think. And talking about this particular problem question, actually, we have nowadays these people are very much busy about their work, so they have some urge to, okay, I will read 2 books and then I have to go to work, even if they have not they have no work, or they have no particular schedule, but they have in a hurry, like, okay, after reading two books, they want to see what's happening on Facebook, they want to scroll it, and it's like a habit to them. It's like a habit to everyone, and that's the main problem, I think. Yet that we have not that kind of focus or concentration on a particular thing uh, that's not a habit to us. And but back in the early days, we haven't that much access to go to social media or scrolling these things. And that's the thing, that we have only one thing to do. We have not much thing to do. We have, and yes, we can read books for a very long time. So that's the thing. As we are changing, the environment is changing, we are accessing to new things and new different things. Life is changing and our habit is also changing.
Yeah, I got your point. So, but like I've seen many people are saying that, oh, I used to read like book back days, but now I cannot read. I guess that is fine to be busy and fine, but uh, like like it's not always okay to be to not read book at any cost, right? They've just leave left reading book. That's a problem because like I like agree with the Ali Abdul point that they say, oh, you have to read like you. It's not necessary to read the whole book in a day. Rather, take 30 days and read book every day, 30 minutes. Right? That's the more efficient way to do that because like habit is more important than like and probably goal, right? You have probably read the Atomic Habits, and that's the main core point of that. So I believe more on that. What's your point on that?
Yeah, so there is another thing I can say. If you want to make a habit of reading books or stuff like that, you see one thing, when a TV series is ongoing, TV series you see, they release one episode after a week. So when you see second episode, you are remembering the first episode before 1 week released, one week release. So you are remembering every past episodes. So it actually increase your thought process, or increase your, I think, Sriti Shakti. uh, it's memorizing these things, so your memorizing skill is improving, and we can apply this thing to reading books. We can we should read to 5 to 10 pages a day, and then after, if we read regularly, then we can memorize it for a long time. And if you read it in a day, maybe we'll forget this in a quick time. So that's a way to make a habit or
Yeah,
memorizing.
but most importantly, it's not about like memorizing, right? You don't need to memorize everything that you read, right? It's not necessary. I have like forgotten many stuffs, many like I don't even remember the fictions I read 2 years ago, right? Most probably. So that's not about how like you memorize, but it's about like continuation, right? If you play like if you play today like 10 hours and you don't play the next 10 months, even 10 minutes, then you will probably, this bad thing for your health, for your mentals, for everything. So that's the thing that people should have a routine, or probably just a schedule, like how they just maintain their life so that they can have a like bit balance to everything on the life, because you also have to watch your series, also have to watch books, you also have to reply your comments, you also have to share some posts, you also have to do your work, coding, and everything. So that's the thing that I believe people should do. But surprisingly, Mark Zuckerberg did something else that people just close their mind and just scroll.
Yeah,
That's the funniest thing.
and this manipulation. So what's your thinking about this? How can we avoid this manipulation? I know that you cannot just remove it from your life, but how can we concentrate on other things like reading books or something else? So, like, it's like my assignment, or I cannot do my assignment for an hour. I I am doing it for 10 minutes and then I'm going to move it. So what's your thought, thinking process about how can we
Uh,
avoid?
yeah, it's like it varies person to person, like how the person can concentrate, but more often it depends on your work, right? At work, probably you don't enjoy, you are not gonna stick to that, right? A study, like probably you are people are like, you are probably not interested in history, right? So you will not be interested to doing the assignment of history. But if you are interested doing an Excel sheet work, or probably in a presentation work, or in a,
Tomorrow.
yeah, sorry,
So you have to read
yeah, yeah,
history. You
yeah,
don't like it because of you
yeah.
haven't.
But on the other hand, if you like if you like coding, right, you are enjoying it, or probably there's a boundary that, oh, you have to submit the work before the date, so then you have a courage to do that. So I think it's fine to be to delay the work, but not like if you are enjoying the work, you will automatically do the work, right? Like probably if we're doing coding or making a website, if no you, it's your work, right? And you have a goal to that, and when you have a goal, then you are probably not gonna do that. But even after you do that, then that's a problematic thing, and you have to have a regular exercise to get out of that, right? So, and like most often the people of like subcontinent are more emotional. They feel like, if I just go to Facebook, I will meet some, like I can see my friend, there is a fun. So what can be more important than my fun to my work, right? That so people uh, uh, overpower the fun to their work, probably other things, which is not inherently good for everyone.
Yeah. So talking about this, enjoying a particular subject or stuff like that. So we have a lot of things to do in our educational system. Like we have to make everything that's enjoyable to students. So if you can do this, we will be the students will enjoy every particular thing, and they will, I think, more they can give more concentrate to the subjects and that study. That's a thing we can do uh, internationally, right? So I think some educational online educational platform like 10 Minute School or Shikho, about Shikho, they are making a
Yeah,
3D animational
yeah,
content.
I know about them. Yeah,
That's really appreciable that we are taking this education or educational things in online platform and in social media and everything. So that's a very good move
yeah.
for us.
But like at the end of the day, like 95% of the education that you got is no use. It's a
Yeah.
problem. Okay,
It's,
so just we okay, so move to some other part. So like just have some, like there's some very cliche discussion. Okay, move on to some other parts. Like what what was your life before the SSC exam? How was your life? Let's take that.
what's my sorry?
What was your life before SSC exam?
Okay, so okay. So before SSC exam, there is some kind of accident. A flood occurred maybe in Sylhet, and that's why the examination delayed for 2 months, I think. So in that 2 months, before that 2 months, I was actually very much prepared for this examination. I took model test in my coaching. I took various kind of exams in online and offline. I was preparing myself for this exam very strictly. But when this flood comes, I was like, okay, so what's the point of studying? Like know everything, so what can I study more? And I don't have that kind of interest to revise more things. So I wasted about 1.5 months on doing nothing, literally nothing. I'm like ashamed of that. I can do something funny and productive also, but I don't didn't do it, and I'm ashamed of that. But after and before 15 or 20 days of exam, I again studied, and this 20 days I think okay, but not that I didn't take a very good preparation that I could have, but I didn't. So it's also a regretful thing. So it's a lesson to myself that before examination, if you are strict and something difficulty thing appears to you, don't be distracted. That's the main thing. And yeah, that's a very good lesson for me. What's about you?
Yeah, I was like I was kind of frustrated. It's very true, like flood, but even before that, I was not studying that much, to be honest. uh like rarely I studied before exams days on the school and other sites, but I was like hardly preparing the exam on probably May or March. I don't know. But when the flood occurred, I just fell into depression, probably frustration. I did zero productive things. I don't even study, didn't even study, right? Like I've passed like probably 1 month without even opening my academic books, right? I went to Dhaka, just have some visit, but did nothing, right? The other thing, I was like, and I didn't have a good sleep cycle even, right? That was like pretty frustrating. I understood that sleep cycle, maintaining a sleep cycle is very important. That's what the problem. But after the SSC ends, I had a tremendous nice sleep cycle, and I still miss it, right? I used to sleep before 1, and like I was getting up under 9, right? That was a huge thing for me. But after some day, it's still again broke down. Yeah, but the preparation I took in like probably 15 to 18 days, as you said. It was pretty similar, and I could have better um, taken my preparation. But as the question, as like the system wasn't so hard, like we have to answer 3 out of 8, so it was not that much like worthy to do more, so it was enough, I guess, think. So the result will say next words.
But when we are seeing that there are not that much study, like 3 out of the 8, so we give up. We don't think about maths, but it creates a problem. Like I also feel the same problem. Even I do model test. I prepared for. I do exams in model test. I suffered in main exam. So because I take it easily, okay, I can do it, but it's like I cannot. I have I had some problem with time management. I cannot handle the time management in the real exam. So we have to take every single thing. Like it's not like okay, it's silly. Okay, I can do it. I had not. I don't need that much preparation. So this is also life lesson that don't take anything silly, which is important to you. Maybe important to you in your.
Yeah, that is fine. Yeah, that's also obviously fine. But like you have to have a real picture scenario, right? So by the way, you had extra times, right, for 3 questions. So that's like check and balance everywhere, right? But obviously you don't need to deny, or you should not deny your, like, probably you have a comfort, but you cannot deny the comfort that there might be accident, right? Or probably you get into a problem like Argentina, right? So that's the case. Okay, so what's your life after the SSC?
Okay, so my life after FCC or vacation actually good to me because I every vacation before every vacation we have lots of plan, but I cannot, for me I cannot do like 20% of this plan. I cannot accomplish 20% of this plan, but nowadays or in this vacation maybe I can do what I planned, maybe 70 or 80% of what I'm planning. So I'm proud of myself, and
Okay,
yeah.
okay. Before you say anything, like, what's your thought or what's your plans that what you will be doing after SSC? Like, you heard of, okay, I'll go 5 tourist place and all. I'll do this XYZ things. Then the XYZ things will provide me ABC stuff, ABC results. But what's your plans? Where before SSC that you will be doing?
So my were like, first of all, I was really I was really serious about my English proficiency of English in like reading, speaking, everything. So in case of speaking, yeah, I'm preparing. I'm practicing on English like 10 or 20 days I practiced. So and I think that I'm much good in English, speaking English before the SSC. Secondly, in reading, yeah, I'm trying to read books written on English, and it's not like that I'm too much good, but okay, I'm trying. That's the main improvement to me. Secondly, in exercising, or yeah, I'm trying to do exercise in and build up a good body, and it's not that good. It's I have not make a good progress, but okay, maybe less or something like less. And then thirdly, I can say I was planning to go on a trip. So yeah, I and have some fun with my friends, and yeah, I did that. So it's cool, and it's a memory to myself, and that's a cool stuff. It's not like productive, but it's a memory to myself and satisfaction to myself. So yeah, that's kind of thing. So
So
as we
what
are
are
going, we have not much that time. So this is the last topic. What's about your planning and your life after SSC?
okay?
That's a
Before I say, like, what have you done any productive thing, like doing coding, having a much progress on that, or probably studying HSC study?
yeah, yes. Then it is a study, and I am. I think I actually know that what I'm going to challenge, or what I'm going to challenge in after in my HSC life, and that's the very important thing, because almost 90% students don't know that what's their challenge in HSC life, and they waste a lot of time on that thing. So I'm preparing before my life starts, my HSC life starts, and that's a appreciable things for me.
Yeah,
That's a good thing.
cool.
Okay, so what's about you? What about you?
Yeah, I it is kind of frustrating for me because I thought a lot of things to do, but as usual, I didn't did much of that. Firstly, I thought I will do some productive things, mostly, but I have did rarely any of those. Uh, yeah, those are the things, but I am pretty fine right now because like I thought to do some trips, and I have done two of them, which is pretty pleasant for me. I met some good people in this vacation. I wish I could have met more people so that I could have like more fun in life or probably anything. That's the thing, and yeah, that's all basically. And most importantly, like I planned to start a newsletter, a podcast, like just for experiment. So this is the podcast that we just started. So I hope it does well. It is,
Yeah, I
I
think
think that's
also
fine.
important for your future life or future dream, I think, I guess. So it's really cool that you are doing something that will maybe help you in your future. So let's say, and in case of meeting persons in trips or something, meeting a person, I remember the topic, I remember the quote, like meeting a person, an intelligent person or concerned person for 10 minutes is actually equal to reading a book for 1 hour.
These are
So
fancy lines. Oh, yeah, I know these are fancy lines, but yeah, it's
yes,
fun. Like, it's not necessary that you will learn everything or you learn anything from the person. It's just like probably for fun, probably for,
but it gives us some life perspective, a
yeah,
different perspective, a different thought process, which actually
yeah,
think of us that who we are and what we should do in uh,
that's the thing. The more people you meet, the more you will think that, oh, you are just a shitty piece of the art.
thought process you are gain. Okay, so
Sorry.
Anas, we are going to uh, end this meeting. Actually, the remaining time is only 1 minute. So it's a
Okay,
great
cool.
discussion. About 40
Yeah,
minutes we talking, And it's really cool because I didn't do this in my entire life. In past life,
Yeah.
talking with someone in English for 40 minutes, it's a really good experience to me. And I hope that we will do this gradually after some days.
Yeah, cool. And we hope to manage some money for Zoom Premium.
Yeah,
Surely.
yeah. And this is
Cool.
actually good. And
Okay.
actually also
So
for camera, a camera, good camera, a posh camera, like
yeah, I think not a camera necessary for the podcast is a good microphone. I hope that is what important. Yeah.
but
Okay, cool.
video call
Bye.
is a good, really serious matter.
Yeah. Bye.
So, okay, bye.
Yeah. End of the recording.
Bye bye.